Everyone, my name is Leo, and this is week 11 of me building my first AI agent project called Schedule AI. So, Schedule AI, what it is, well, it's basically a schedule entirely managed using an AI agent. And so, our students sometimes they have a hard time to create good schedule and to manage all of their like events and sometimes they have like exams, assignments, they have a jobs, they have to make time for their friends, and this can be like really hard, especially when you're starting life. And so that's what I'm trying to fix, like sort of problem. And so last week on my previous YouTube video, well, I showed you guys that I added a new feature where now you could like drop your class curriculum or all of your assignments and future exams coming up inside of our plan memory. Plan memory, which is basically like the memory assigned to certain subject, and like let me make an example. For example, you have your math class, and then you would want to have like a plan around of that math class to essentially create events based on that plan. So uh, like let me make that a little bit clearer right there. Like I have my math class at the start of the year. I received my curriculum for this class, um, so I could drop that curriculum with all of my exams and assignment coming up, all of the like sort of subject divided. So let's say like the first 2 to 3 months you learn that, and after that you learn that, and so all of that information, that context, we have to store it for the AI to have some context after to create like multiple events, such as like study session and everything. So basically, it's just a way to gather some context for the AI agent, and so that's what we did last week. And now this week, like I feel like we're starting to get to real close to like a working prototype for me. Well, it's already a working thing, but a working demo, let's say, for a real user. But I wanted to add like this new feature where I basically integrated the Google sort of ecosystem inside of there. Um, so how Google, well, they have a Google Calendar, and so I wanted to be able to link both of those, so that when our agent create events, well, those events, yes, they appear inside of our Schedule AI web app, but also inside of our Google Calendar. I feel like it makes more sense because you know there's not a lot of like sometimes you just want to check on your phone your schedule, and I don't see people going into their browser and going to a web app to actually see their schedule. I think it just makes way more sense to link that with the Google Calendar, that you can also eventually link to, for example, your iPhone calendar. You can actually link both of those, and knowing that it's now linked to the Schedule AI web app, well, everything is sort of a new ecosystem, let's say. And yeah, so let me show you what I mean when I say linked, all of that. So right here you have your Schedule AI website. I'm gonna make it bigger right there. Here I have multiple events, random events. Well, actually, let me show you guys from the login page, because I actually made also a login page. I don't remember if I showed it, but there you go. You have a little animation right there. This is really not like it's not necessary. I was just like bored and I wanted to do something cool for the homepage, so I feel like it's pretty cool seeing that. And after that, you have your login with Google. So you click on it, you select your user right there. Right now, you have this error because the app isn't actually registered officially into the Google ecosystem. So it currently it's just a test app. But yeah, so you accept everything right there, continue, and boom, you're inside of there. And actually, in the confirmation, Previously, I just added a login page that connect the Google user, but now inside of the login, like the login steps, well, I actually accepted to have my Google Calendar shared with Schedule AI. So here is my real Google Calendar right there. And so I don't know if you can see right there. Absolutely not. You cannot see. Right there, I have my French events that are from my calendar right there. Actually, that event right there, I think I added before that. Well, look, let me just do an example right there. I'm gonna add a task. Let's go this for YouTube. Yeah, typo there. And I'm gonna put it on the 1st December. Let's make it and also on the 1st. Just like a random time right there. Blah, blah, blah. Adding the task right there. Okay, so test for YouTube is right there. And so if I go into my calendar, boom, there you go. It's right there. So you see that it's now linked. And also, if I add something from my calendar right there, normally when we go there, now it actually takes a refresh there. I didn't quite know how to, for now, I didn't know how to like make it refresh every time Google as an update. I don't even know if I can do that, so, but still, when I refresh, there you go, you have your events. I noticed something that whenever I put an event inside of Google Calendar and I don't set it like, I set it for all day, inside of my React calendar right there, it actually makes like 2 days because it's sort of weird on the how the times work for Google. But yeah, so this would be like something to fix eventually, but it's not really that deep for now. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did this week. Last week, I did that, and I can show you guys a bit on how it works. So we're gonna be starting from like the login. The moment you click on the login with, well, you click on the login button. So right there you have your button. I don't, let me make it bigger right there, like that. So here you have your button. This on click, it calls the Endo Google login, and this go back there, and it's actually called this link right there, sort of. It's basically the same as the endpoints, and so this come back to the main where everything going from the front end to back end, or the opposite, back end from front end, everything is dealt there. And so let me find it right there. Yeah, so here you have your Oath Google. This go right there in the Oath Google. And so basically it calls this function. What this function does is it basically it get a token from Google saying that like you have this, like saying that you're this user, that you have a token. Yeah, basically you have an authentication basically. And this thing, calling the token, well, it returns to this, the Google callback right there, which is just underneath there. And so after verifying that you actually you got authorized, then this function gets called, and then well, I, or the code actually store a token, and that token is like, it's like your password to enter the site basically, and all of your information, all of your information linked to Google and everything is in that token. Or like here you can see I have user info equal token dot get user info. So basically I gather all of the information of Google and I store it into this variable right there. Then using that, all of that user info, I then either get or create a user inside of my database. So right there I'm going to show you we have my user right there. So basically what this does is, if I already got an account, well, it's just going to take uh, the authentication ID, I think. And so it takes that, and then if I got a user, it just takes that ID, and then after that it proceed to whatever else is after that. But if there's actually nothing there, it would just create a new user. And so that's what everything there is like. Either you actually fetch a user, or you create a new one with all of those parameters right there. Then using a function, I'm not gonna show you guys what all of these functions do, because like it's a lot of things, and sometimes it's like it's not even like it's hard to understand. Like even myself, I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't quite know. So, but yeah, so you have your access token, and after that, the access token is basically now to enter the site. Here you have your Google Calendar events getting synced. So like for like the Google events to be inside of our calendar, and then I just redirect, and this right there is just to redirect to the actual page with your access token, giving you like the authorization to access the page. And that's basically it for that. After that, I could show you right there how the events get displayed. So this I already showed it for the actual when we only add our database. Now, like, we have to link Google Calendar plus our own database to fetch all of the events. And this basically calls this returns right there, if I'm not wrong. Well, I can't find it, but yeah, basically all it does is it gets all of the events from Google, gets all of the events from our own database, and if some events like are the same, basically, I use the Google Events ID to verify that. But if those are the same, I won't display them twice. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And also right now, every time an event is added inside of our Google Calendar, well, this event gets also added inside of our own database right there. And so I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna keep that like that, but it's because I had in mind that even if you don't have Google Calendar, you would still be able to have the events inside our own platform. And so, like, if you disconnect your Google Calendar and everything, I would want like all of the information to still be linked to your account, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did this week. Next week, there's small tweaks to do linked to Google Calendar. Sometimes events, I delete an event from our own database, but it doesn't delete inside of Google Calendar database. So small tweaks like that. I, I'm also gonna be trying to work on like, because right now it's only a schedule, and I feel like it's missing a part where the assignments and exams, like there's no actual. I would want the AI to actually give us notification, and maybe ask like, oh well, did you do your actual study session like you planned, and gather like all of that information to learn more about the user. And so maybe I would want to like create a dashboard, and you would have like all of your next assignments, your next exams, and everything. And I would want that when that date of exams you're at it, well, the actual agent asks you, well, oh, did the exam went well, and that information would then get stored inside of your database. So that's what I'm going to be working for next week. I think it's going to be at least 2 weeks long to do that. But yeah, I'm still going to show the progress next week. And so that's basically it, guys. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you guys next week. Bye bye.